Hi Flosstube, welcome back to my channel. I haven't made a video probably about a year, at least a year and a half maybe, and I just wanted to reintroduce myself, kind of do a reintroduction, show a few of my projects that I have finished, and hopefully get myself back into making videos because I really did enjoy it and I do want to be a part of the community. I've got my stitchy bug back. I lost it for a good long while for a couple of different reasons. I got a different job that I found extremely overwhelming in the beginning. It was not a job I was expecting to have. It was kind of just one of those things that kind of fell into my lap. And it's more job than I, was expecting or ready for, or even, to be perfectly honest, wanting. But I'm working for my brother and his partner, and it's all good. I'm grateful that I have a job. It's right down the road. Commute is like 2 minutes, so it took a while to get used to. And we do construction, landscaping, and snow removal. And this time of year, I'm in New England. I live in Massachusetts, so we're doing a lot of prep work for snow. But anyway, so I have recently started stitching again, and I'll save my whips for another video because I have to get everything together. But I just thought I would show a few of my projects just to kind of reintroduce myself. I'm sure nobody remembers me. My channel was very, very small. I only had a few videos, and I have changed the name of my channel to For the Love of Cross Stitch. I guess I'm rebranding. Is that what they call it? For the Love of Cross Stitch. I am on Instagram under that name, so I thought it would make sense to have it on YouTube as well. And I've just been inspired by so many people, Yvonne, the Night Owl Stitcher, Priscilla and Chelsea, just so many people who have done such beautiful works, and when I watch the videos, it makes me want to participate and share my works too. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things to show. The first one is, I don't know, I'm almost embarrassed to show it, but it's mine, and I'm proud of it anyway. He's my little snowman. And my sewing machine that I'd had for about 30 years finally died last summer, and I went and got an inexpensive sewing machine from Walmart. Just, something enough to sew a straight line. A seamstress I am not. And so anyway, I finally got up the courage to thread it, and I hadn't sewed in years. And I wanted to start making some finishes because I kept watching, Becca's Land. I was watching hers, and she's got all these beautiful little pillows, and they're so adorable. And I thought, I want to do that too. Okay. Having said that, this one, Helen Keller could have sewn this better. Okay, I already know this. You're not going to tell me anything that I don't already know. The pattern is from Little House Needleworks. It's Snow Cold. I mean, he's adorable. The stitching job, however, not so much. I mean, good grief, woman. Look at this thing. It's narrow here, and then it spreads out there, and I mean, there's no amount of tugging on those corners that's going to help that. But he is mine. Put the fabric on the back, and it's my first attempt. So I have improved somewhat. Not a lot, but I have improved. But I have him on my coffee table with one of my Boyd's bears. I collect teddy bears. So there's that. I also finished the series Little Sheep Virtues, and I'm in the process of getting those finished, and I have done a few of them. This one I bought, this one is Faith, and I had gone to Maine a couple of years ago. My boyfriend is very, very sweet, and I told him I wanted to find a local needlework shop because I don't have one where I live. There isn't one. I live in Massachusetts, about an hour south of Boston. I have never found one. All I have is Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and Joann's. And as most of you know, the cross-stitch section is extremely lacking. So he was sweet enough to try to find an L&S in Maine where we were, and he found one. It wasn't really cross-stitch. She did a lot of primitive hook rugs, the punch needle. I think she did have some primitive stitching, but at that time I really didn't know a lot about primitive patterns, and I wasn't really into that. Not that I am now, but I kind of like a lot of different things. I'm very eclectic, so I do like some of them. But she had a lot of wool, so I ended up buying some wool, and I thought, well, I can use that for some of the sheep virtue. So I made a little pillow with that one, and I cut the slit in the back this time because I wanted my corners to come out better, and that's not bad. I mean, it's not bad. So, and then I just attach the stitching to the front. The models of the sheep virtues, it's kind of like that, but they have some cording going around the edges, but I didn't do that. One of my goals for 2017 was to get 4 of my pieces professionally framed. Didn't work out that way. I always start my year out with a bang. I'm always gung-ho. I'm going to stick to my goals and do everything that I said I was going to do. And then as the year goes by, 2 things happen. The year flies by faster than I anticipate, and I never seem to have enough time for whatever it is that I set out to do. But I did take one of my pieces to, I don't really have, again, I don't have a lot of framers where I'm at. So it's Michael's, Hobby Lobby. I did find an art studio, an art store that does framing. And I took my boyfriend's piece there last year for Christmas. And it cost me $100 to frame. $100 to frame. Granted, I did pick out a pretty ornate frame. It was a gift. I wanted it to be perfect, but I can't afford $100 on, every single piece that I want to frame. So I took a chance and I went to Michael's. I asked questions, and, I don't know if they lied to me, but I did ask questions. And I had this one framed, and I think this was around 60 bucks. And I still think that's, I don't know. I hear so many people talk about framing, and it's so inexpensive, to me anyway. But I had this one done, and I think it came out pretty good. I like it. I'm happy with it. And they did a nice job, I think. I would try it again. I'm not sure if I had a Mirabilia or Heaven and Earth, if I would, but, if it's something that's semi-good, unless I'm going to learn how to frame myself. That's my goal, is to learn to frame myself. This next piece, well, that's Needleworker. I mean, I think everybody knows that from Little House Needleworks. This piece I framed myself. I went online and I bought the frame. I measured out what I wanted it to be and figured it out. I wanted a double matte, chose the colors and framed it. Didn't know anything about pinning or lacing at that time, so I just kind of MacGyvered it, and it ended up coming out of the frame. The fabric became loose. It was a mess. It looked good for about 5 minutes. So I took it out, and then I promptly set it aside and left it for about 2 years because I felt overwhelmed with it. I didn't want to ruin it. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know how to fix it. So then I came across the lacing and the pinning and all that stuff. So I bought some pins and I decided to give it a try. So last Saturday I sat down and what's the worst thing that could happen? I'd have to redo it. I wasn't going to ruin anything, so I took a chance. This is Winter Band Sampler, Little House Needleworks. I love this piece. I'm pretty sure I have all 4 because I love series. And I think I stitched 3 of them. And I'd like to get them framed. I really like this frame. I like the matting. It's a double mat. I like all of it. I like everything about it that I did. Did I write it down of what size frame it was and the mat? Of course I didn't. Of course not. So I really don't know what I did. So I'm going to have to try to recreate it as far as I have to see what of the other patterns I did. I think I did 3. And knowing me, I'm very OCD, so I would have started with winter, then it would have had to have been spring, and then summer. And I don't think I did fall. I'm not positive, but I have to figure out where I put those. So I'm pretty, like I said, I'm pretty happy with that. And I'd like to get them all done. And then to be able to, I'm not sure where I'm going to put them, but right now it's just leaning up against that wall on the other side. It's on the other side of where the tree is. My last piece is my dough bowl. And I'm quite proud of this. And I love watching other people because I would have never in a million years thought to do this. And I kept hearing people talk about dough bowls, got to decorate the dough bowl. And once I started seeing them, I thought, I want a dough bowl. So I went on Etsy and I was looking at dough bowls and I thought, wow, these are expensive. And I found one, which I didn't think was too bad. And unfortunately, I was trying to save up some money. I was trying to be disciplined. And by the time I had saved the money for it, it was gone. And I went back and probably the same company, but I'm not positive. And found another one. Of course, it was more expensive. But I like it, and I'm happy with it. So I filled this the other day. I'm not going to take the pieces out because I don't know that I'll get them back again, but I think you can see it pretty good. I've got 2 of the virtues, sheep virtues in there. One of them is peace, and I think, I'm not sure what the other one is. It could be hope. I'm not positive. And that's the little gingerbread. That's another ornament from Little House Needleworks. And I've got some ornaments, a couple of bells, just some greenery. My little Boyd's bear back there because I collect teddy bears. And just kind of filled it in. I happen to be decorating a wreath for a customer. It's probably 6 feet wide. It's one of those big giant wreaths that they hang in the mall. And it's actually for mall. And some of the leftovers that I didn't use for the wreath I brought home and made my dough bowl. So I'm quite pleased with it. It sits behind me underneath that picture. It's centered under there, and Needleworker is also back there too. But I'm quite pleased with it, and I'm looking forward to changing it out for different seasons and stitching smalls, and it's been a lot of fun seeing all the different things that people do with them and how they finish them. So I'm looking forward to that. So that is just an introduction back into the Flosstube world, and I would like to thank everyone who has taken the time to watch me. Thank you so much, and I love this community. I love all the videos. I love all the sharing that we do, and I'm really hoping that maybe there's some new people learning how to cross stitch and finding the love that we have. I mean, I just love watching people stitch, and I'm enjoying Off the Grid Needle. Off the Grid, Caroline. I've been watching her and stitching with her on Friday, so I've been enjoying that. And I just wanted to say hey, and thanks for watching. Have a great night. Bye.